manhunt underway.
The escape of 10 individuals from the Orleans Justice Center is unacceptable.
The latest on the escaped inmates. A pep talk at the Hill.
We want to strengthen Medicaid. We want to strengthen Medicare.
President Trump making his remarks on the spending cuts bill. And a long-awaited moment.
And it was just a shock.
For two veterans after their service to the country. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Dylan Bazay.
And I'm Paula Siriñana. Today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
A massive manhunt underway this morning following a jailbreak in the Deep South. A fifth inmate is captured from the New Orleans jailbreak with 5 still on the loose.
Authorities said the inmate's escape plan involved inside help. Yesterday, the Louisiana Attorney General's office states that a sheriff's office employee was arrested in connection with the escape. Reporter Cheryl Hubbard has more on the story.
The manhunt continues for the remaining escapees of a New Orleans jailbreak.
The escape of 10 individuals from the Orleans Justice Center is unacceptable. It is deeply troubling to me as your sheriff, and I know it is equally troubling to you and the public that we are sworn to protect.
The Louisiana Attorney General's office says Sterling Williams, a sheriff's office maintenance worker, has been arrested following the escape. He allegedly told investigators he turned off the water in the cell where the suspects fled through a carved hole in the wall behind a toilet. The 33-year-old was taken into custody Tuesday and faces 10 counts related to the escapees and 1 count of malfeasance in office. According to an affidavit, Williams said he was threatened into assisting the prisoners by Antoine Massey, an inmate who had escaped jail before.
This was a coordinated effort aided by individuals inside our own agency who made the choice to break the law.
The escapees face an array of charges that range from aggravated assault to murder. The Orleans Parish District Attorney says lawyers who helped put the escapees behind bars the first time have fled the cities with their families out of fear.
I am personally afraid, not just for myself, but for my lawyers.
I'm Cheryl Hubbard reporting.
House call. President Trump makes a visit to the House of Representatives and the Senate to rally support for a bill at the center of his agenda. As CNN's Brian Abel reports, it's the trip the president is calling a pep talk.
It's still unclear until committee votes happen whether that message will be enough to move it forward. Some Republican hardliners remain skeptical of the bill and non-committal on whether the president's visit swayed them, including Rep. Ralph Norman, who said Trump did a, quote, great job, but said, quote, we'll look at it when asked whether he would vote for it. The chair of the Freedom Caucus said after the meeting that, quote, we are still a ways away, but we can get there. But patience has seemed to run dry here at the White House. South Dakota Rep. Dusty Johnson said Trump was the most, quote, animated he's seen him on policy issues, and that the president has, quote, grown frustrated with the pace of our progress. He made it pretty clear we need to quit screwing around. 2 sources in the closed-door meeting say the president told Republicans, quote, don't, expletive, around on Medicaid, one of several sticking points for Republicans. However, the president's major legislative priorities are in this bill. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, new tax cuts, and a continuation of his 2017 tax cuts. If he doesn't get them, he seemed to insinuate Republicans who didn't fall in line could face political peril.
So this is the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, or you'll get a 68% tax increase. And if that happens, I mean, what Republican could vote for that to happen? Because there wouldn't be a Republican much longer. They would be knocked out so fast.
Now, despite the president's visit today, at least 3 House Republicans have said they are still a no vote over concerns about deficit spending. At the White House, Brian Abel reporting.
In one state, a new law is in effect this morning with a big assist from a Parkland parent. The mother of Alyssa Aldahoff traveled to Olympia, Washington Monday to stand alongside that state's governor as he signed the measure known as Alyssa's Law. The law requires school districts to coordinate emergency plans with first responders. Schools must also have at least one piece of technology that can be used in case of an emergency.
It's so meaningful, so impactful, to one, keep Alyssa's legacy alive, and two, knowing that it's going to help make schools safer.
In 2018, Alyssa was killed during the mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. Her mother has been traveling around the country trying to get similar bills passed.
A federal judge allows Naples City to hold its annual outdoor drag show during Pride Fest in 2 weeks. However, the city council is planning to appeal that ruling. Reporter Mahmoud Bennett has more details on the news.
If you cared about safety and about city charm, you'd start with yourselves, including looking at a mayor who has a DUI arrest and poses a higher risk to children in our community than performers.
Strong words during Friday's special session after Naples City Council agreed to continue its legal fight to block a drag show from happening outdoors. Shortly after a federal judge ruled the show can go on.
Yes, thank you, Council. It passes unanimously.
The debate has been heating up for several months now, and when the federal ruling came down last week in favor of the drag show, Naples Pride celebrated. But many people took their complaints back to City Hall, ultimately getting Council to unanimously agree to appeal.
And I'm telling you, I believe in my heart and my soul this will be shut down.
I spoke to people on both sides of the debate. They disagree over what they think typically happens at drag shows, many alleging it's fraught with indecent exposure.
Whatever you want to do behind closed doors, do behind closed doors. Why do grown men need to feel or have the urge to go in front of babies, small children, dance in front of them like women in G-strings, have kids put dollar bills in their G-strings, and this happened last time at the last drag show that was here.
Meanwhile, those I spoke to on the other side agreed. There is a line to be drawn over what's suitable for children. But tell me, indecent exposure is not what's happening at Pride Fest.
I can guarantee that most of these people haven't been to a drag show. And if they have, it might be a drag show that's in a bar, which is for 21 plus. I've been to Naples Pride. My first Pride was Naples Pride. And I've never had the concern that it was promiscuous or vulgar or anything like that.
A 2022 investigation by the Naples Police Department deemed that Pride Fest's event was not lewd or sexual in nature at the time. In a statement to Fox 4, Naples Pride says it's disappointed the city intends to appeal, but says unless otherwise ordered by a higher court, it'll still host its Pride Fest at Cambier Park on June 7th. Meanwhile, City Council declined to share where it stands with its appeal. Mahmoud Bennett, Fox 4.
Airbnb doesn't want summer holiday extravaganzas on its watch. Airbnb is rolling out its new anti-party technology ahead of Memorial Day and July 4th. The system blocks certain bookings to prevent disruptive gatherings and protect properties. Since launching a global party ban in 2020, Airbnb says party reports have dropped by 50%, part of its broader efforts to keep host homes safe and sound.
Changes are on the way for COVID-19 vaccines. The FDA is adjusting its evidence standards for vaccine approvals, bringing them in line with countries like Canada, the UK, and Australia. COVID boosters are expected this fall for seniors and people at higher risk, but the agency says it still needs strong data from placebo trials before recommending boosters to the general public.
The Panthers start their third Eastern Conference final in a row.
And that's still ahead, and so is the story.
I just couldn't believe it. I told my wife, and she said, "What?" Of course, she started crying right away.
2 Navy veterans get their diplomas 60 years later. Don't go anywhere. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Decades to diplomas, the path two veterans took to graduate high school, many years behind schedule.
Two high school diplomas are in the hands of someone long overdue this morning after two Navy veterans graduate high school after 60 years.
KWQC's Wafa Izzet has more.
It was a powerful moment, nearly 60 years in the making at Muscatine Community Stadium.
You're going to graduate with the class of 25 here in Muscatine where I attended high school. And it was just a shock.
Two veterans, 81-year-old Richard Hill and 78-year-old Dennis Snyder, were the first to walk across the stage during Sunday's graduation ceremony.
I am just so excited that he was able to get this opportunity, and then he could have the entire grandstand and the entire graduating class behind him.
Please stand, face the stadium, and be recognized.
It's really a community effort, especially because this was given to them by the governor of Iowa. It was an honorary diploma, so it's just really special that he was able to receive this and was able to have this moment with not only us, but with the whole Muscatine community.
Both men left high school to serve their country and never had the chance to graduate.
I had no idea. I did work and get my GED when I got back out of the service, but as far as receiving my actual diploma and everything from the high school, now I just couldn't believe it. I told my wife, and she said, "What?" Of course, she started crying right away.
Wafa Izzet, KWQC, TV6 News.
The Florida Panthers had a terrific start to their third season Eastern Conference in a row against the Carolina Hurricanes. Right from when the puck dropped, the Cats set to the tone of the game with their aggressive play style. This gave the Panthers the edge and allowed them to score in every period, while Carolina was only able to get two to the hit of the back of the net. The final score was Panthers 5, Carolina 2. Game 2 of the series will stay in North Carolina tomorrow at 8 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak, and we are coming right back.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day.
Millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Paula Sirignano.
And I'm Dylan Bazet, and you can get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.